How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. This is episode 2 of Steve and Steve. I'm Steve Van Durme with my partner, Steven Ontiveros. Steven, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. You know, they tried to keep us out of the studio to get this episode 2 in, but we beat them in here, so welcome back, everyone, the second time around.
Yeah, they did try, and they failed miserably. So, big story of the weekend. We had NBA All-Star Weekend this weekend. Dunk contest, three-point shootout, skills competition, all happened last night. Steven, what are your thoughts?
Man, I love the dunk contest. I think past couple years, the NBA's really struggled to, generate interest because, they tried to get fans involved with social media, voting in via Twitter or texting, and there wasn't really much excitement. They can't get big names. There's always been rumors about LeBron being in the dunk contest, and then he's never actually done it. But it's back. The dunk contest is back. It started last year with Zach LaVine just blowing away everybody. I mean, those are some of the craziest dunks I've ever seen. And then last night you have Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine going back, back and forth, 50s either side. And it was just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to actually watch it, but I did get a chance to go back and look at some highlights. And, coming into this year or last year, I had people saying, I think the dunk contest is fading. The three-point shootout's about to become the main event of All-Star Weekend. And they were proven wrong last night for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Two competitors going head-to-head in that dunk contest with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. And also, another thing that surprised me last night, we've just been talking about the dunk contest, but Karl Anthony Towns won the skills challenge.
Yeah.
Normally you'd think like a smaller player, like a Isaiah Thomas or some sort of shooting guard would win that skills challenge. But no, center Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves goes out and wins it. I didn't get a chance to watch any of it, but I still think that's unbelievable that a big man's going to go out and win the skills challenge.
Oh, it definitely is. It shows that we've ushered in a new era of NBA basketball right now where you have 7-footers that are so versatile. They can do anything. They can cover anyone 1 through 5. They could play 1 through 5. And I think that it's a golden era for the NBA, really. When you see a young guy like Karl Anthony Towns, a rookie, he's the favorite for Rookie of the Year right now. And when you see him do all that at a 7-foot frame, it's pretty fun to watch, and it's, with a guy like Ben Simmons coming into the draft next year, it's only going to get better.
Yeah, and speaking of the Timberwolves right now, they're going to be very good in a few years with Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins,
definitely.
Ricky Rubio's, if he can stay on the court, that's going to be a very, very good team. Pekovic is very good also.
Well, you put that with the dunk contest winner back-to-back, Zach LaVine. It's a scary team.
Yeah.
And there have been rumors about the Timberwolves possibly trading away Karl Anthony Towns to get the first pick of the draft to take Ben Simmons, but I don't like that.
I don't like that idea at all.
I don't like that for the Timberwolves because I feel like, Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 20 points, 10 rebounds a game his rookie season. Imagine what he can do in a couple years once Wiggins and LaVine and himself all have more time under their belt. It's scary to think about.
Yeah. And then onto the three-point shootout. A little bright spot for Suns fans. Devin Booker made it to the finals of the three-point shootout against both Warriors teammates, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And Curry and Thompson, last night, Thompson won the three-point shootout against Curry. They became the first teammates to win the three-point shootout back-to-back ever. So, the Warriors, we see how good they are in real life, in the real season. Now it's just transferring over to All-Star Weekend. That's just a scary team, isn't it?
It's such a scary team. It's a likable team, though. I love watching the Warriors. I'm a Lakers fan, but I love watching the Warriors play basketball just because they're so much fun. You have Steph and Klay and Draymond Green. It's just, that's pure basketball, the way it's supposed to be played.
Right, and I respect the Warriors a lot because they built that team. They didn't buy that team like a lot of places will do, like how the Miami Heat bought their championships with LeBron and Bosh. This Warriors team, they've drafted almost all of their talent. Curry, Thompson, Draymond Green.
Yeah.
They all came straight from the draft. They didn't buy all their superstars. Yeah. That's why I respect them a lot. And I'm a Bulls fan, but I'd be totally okay seeing them break the 72-10 record.
And I think, just talking about that, one common denominator is Steve Kerr. I know he hasn't been with the team mostly for the season. It's been Luke Walton, who we'll get to in a second. But I think Steve Kerr obviously was on that Bulls team that won 72 games, and he can be the head coach of this Warriors team. The guy has a possibility of breaking that record. But I think that he's the best coach in the NBA right now. I know Popovich is a great coach. I love Popovich. But for me, Steve Kerr just brings something different, something new that we haven't seen any coach bring, to a team. And I think that's just a fun atmosphere. And I think he should win Coach of the Year again, even though he's been with the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that his absence maybe kept the team motivated maybe to win games for him. But yeah, Luke Walton was also a very good coach. Let's not sleep on him.
Yeah.
He's going to probably leave. I think he's going to leave the Warriors very soon.
Oh, he'll definitely.
Sooner rather than later, and he's going to get a very, very good job.
Rumors are already starting with Luke Walton.
Maybe the Suns. Suns are
maybe
looking
the
for a
Suns.
coach.
No, that's what I was going to say. The Suns and the Knicks and then the Lakers, of course, who he played for. Those are the teams that look like they're going to be the favorites to get Luke Walton to be their head coach, and he'll have his pick. Wherever he wants to go, he'll end up. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens this offseason with that.
Wouldn't you love to see Ben Simmons and Luke Walton over here at Talking Stick Arena?
I would. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather see him wearing the purple and gold, but being in Phoenix is okay.
I'm gonna have to disagree. My Western Conference team is the Suns, considering my team is in the Eastern Conference. So I would love to see. You've already got a decent backcourt there when they're healthy with Knight and Bledsoe.
And then you add Devin Booker into that. Yeah. I know he's a rookie. I know he's 18 years old still.
Yeah.
But you saw the way he shot at the 3-point contest. He has potential to be great in this league, and I know it might be a little crowded in that backcourt in Phoenix, but I think that they're going to eventually find room for him. They're just going to have no choice but to do that.
Yeah, then Ben Simmons at the 4, Tyson Chandler at the 5. That's not a bad lineup.
No, that's a great lineup.
With the Western Conference this year, that could be a playoff contending lineup.
Western Conference has been really top-heavy this year.
Yeah.
You have, up top, I know we talked about this last episode, but you have the Spurs and the Warriors and the Thunder at the top, and not really any other teams.
When the Clippers get healthy, they could be a force in that Western Conference. When Blake Griffin comes back, they're gonna probably be the 4th seed there.
As long as Blake Griffin can keep from
his act
punching
together.
any locker room attendants.
Right. We got ASU basketball. They've struggled a little bit in Pac-12 play, but they are coming off a win over number 23 USC. It was a very good win.
That's a big win.
They didn't shoot all that well, but they were able to play enough defense and crash the boards enough that they were able to come away with the win. And also USC shot very poorly.
Yeah.
But another big one, if we're trying to get, and ASU still could feasibly get into the NCAA tournament. They just need to get hot for the rest of the season. If they can climb up, maybe go 4-1 in these last 5 games, which is possible. As ASU has been in every single game almost. Yeah. But if they can go 4-1 over these last 5 games, they could go 500 in the Pac-12, get into a semifinal in the Pac-12 tournament, and they could maybe make the NCAA tournament with their non-conference resume that they have.
They have a great non-conference resume, and that's really their only saving grace right now. That's keeping them in any sort of contention. But I think the win against USC is huge. It goes a long way towards building up that in-conference resume. A win against UCLA tonight would do the same. And then, you have those last 2 games against Stanford and Berkeley. And those would be huge. And U of A, that's right.
U of A on Wednesday at McHale Center. Obviously, we're going to be underdogs by a lot in that game, but hey, you never know.
They hung around the first game.
They did, but the thing with U of A, why we struggle with them is because they're so big. We have Jacobson, and he's 6'10", and he's our biggest guy. They have 7-footers.
Yeah.
And then our next biggest guy is Oleka at 6'7". So
I think this season is definitely just a trial and error type thing. See who works, who doesn't, and then once Bobby Hurley gets his recruits in, it's going to be a completely different atmosphere.
Basketball is going to be awesome next year because we're going to have potentially Thon Maker. We don't know yet, but maybe. We do have 2 4-stars committed to the program next year, and Bobby Hurley's 2 leading scorers from Buffalo, Shannon Evans, Torian Graham, are both eligible to play next year.
I'm really excited about watching them next year.
So our lineup for next year could possibly be Trey Holder, Shannon, Oleka, Thon Maker, Savon Goodman, maybe?
Something like that would definitely go a long way towards
or possibly Sam Cunliffe, 4-star committed to the program right now. possibly small forward starter.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch them growing in these next couple of years. Obviously, ASU doesn't have that basketball tradition. Really, James Harden is the biggest name to come out of the program, and then you have guys like Byron Scott, and it's a big name, yeah.
Big name.
But you have Byron Scott and Lionel Hollins to go along with that, but not really much else after that. So it's exciting to see the possibility of maybe
having
starting having a renowned basketball program. And I'm excited for it. I love watching basketball. I love watching basketball at the college level, and to go to a school where a team can compete for a spot in the NCAA tournament every year and for a Pac-12 title every year, especially with our biggest rivals, that being their best sport.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun to watch, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, to be able to try and compete with U of A at basketball, that's got to be a goal for ASU because they've been behind them for so long now. It's a little bit frustrating losing to them every year.
Definitely is. I mean, it doesn't help our Territorial Cup odds at all, but
we are winning the Territorial Cup right now.
Yeah, we're winning right now,
We beat
so that's
them
good.
in most fall sports.
Yeah.
So. But, I think as far as the basketball program goes, I think the people of this university really deserve a good basketball program because they've started to build, a culture in the stands. With the 942 crew coming in, I'm a little bit partial. I'm part of the 942 crew, but they do a very good job. I know I've watched the leadership of that club do what they do, and they do a very good job trying to keep students interested even when ASU's not winning games. It's like with stuff like the curtain of distraction. A study says that opponents lose about 1.5 points a game due to
the difference.
To the curtain of distraction. That can be a difference in the game.
I mean, you look at. I think it's definitely fun to see what they've done. First, bringing in Brandon Armstrong, YouTube sensation, at the beginning of the year. Then, of course, bringing in Michael Phelps, which Stephen Thompson Jr. for Oregon State was at the line and missed both of them when Michael Phelps was in the curtain. And he didn't even mind, even though the Beavers lost, just because he said it was so cool to see.
He was quoted saying it was totally worth missing 2 free throws.
Yeah, it's just cool to see Michael Phelps fake swimming in a Speedo wearing all his gold medals in front of him.
Right, being 10 feet away from Michael Phelps, one of the most decorated Olympians of all time.
And I think it's just...
I'll take it.
I think, for that to be just a starting point for the 942 crew, and now they're really getting their name out. It's going to be fun to see what they have in store for the next couple of years once ASU becomes really good.
Oh, yeah. And also you have the inclusion of all the current trends, i.e. the Puppy Monkey Baby, making its debut in the Friday curtain. Will probably make an appearance today.
Giving me nightmares already.
Hey, man, Bryce Alford of UCLA, he's going to be visiting Wells Fargo Arena today. He was quoted as saying in an article about the curtain of distraction that he had nightmares for a week after shooting free throws at the curtain of distraction.
Hey, as long as he has nightmares, I'll live with my nightmares as long as ASU it helps out ASU.
Hey, if it helps ASU get the W, you do what you got.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Yeah. ASU baseball coming up right now.
Yep.
They're starting this week, actually, against Xavier.
Friday night, they open up against Xavier, and I'm real excited.
Yes.
I'm really excited for this. Obviously, it's a transitional year with 3 of ASU's best pitchers going to the draft last year, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this team. I know second-year coach Tracy Smith has a lot of faith in this program, and he's predicting big things, which I'm excited for. I'm putting my trust in Tracy, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I know I'm going to be out there on Sunday with the call for the Blaze, but I'm just excited to go out there, even when I'm not working the games, to just watch them play baseball, because it's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be somewhat of a rebuilding year for ASU baseball with all the seniors they've lost. But, they still do have some good players. They still have Colby Woodmansey and R.J. Ibarra here to come and hit the ball. Seth Martinez is going to be the weekend starter probably. And so ASU is one of the most storied baseball programs in the country. So it's not like they're going to be bad. Yeah. I mean, maybe by ASU standards they might be a little bit down, but that's
like saying Kentucky basketball is having a down year this year. It's down by Kentucky standards.
Right. But I think ASU baseball, obviously it's a rebuilding year, but I think they're still going to make the tournament. The Pac-12 is still one of the best conferences in the country.
It's going to be... I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm going to enjoy it, too.
I mean, they're still predicted to win, 34 games, I think, this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what they can do and see some of these young guys grow and mature.
from the baseball diamond actually to the softball diamond. Our ASU softball currently ranked number 22 in the country with a big walk-off win over number 8 Tennessee, and they're going to jump up in the rankings for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think they came in ranked 22nd in the
22.
nation, and they come in, Mercy rule 3 of their first 4 games,
Yep.
and then beat number 8 Tennessee on that walk-off. They're going to be a fun team to watch with Brianna Maha and Kelsey Kessler, eligible to play after she transferred from Kansas this year. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch, too.
And then Jen Soria, the star player, reached base 4 times last night. I was at the game, actually. It was working tech for WCSN. That's why I didn't watch the All-Star weekend. But,
I think, it took her 4 games to finally get retired, I think, that first game.
Yeah, I think so. She's just unreal to watch.
Yeah, she's had a great start to the season.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Steve Van Durme with Steven Ontiveros.
I'm Steven Ontiveros. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.